We have an AdventureQuest game survey. This is going to be a survey that helps them know what to develop or what to work towards, what the players are wanting in the game. I highly recommend checking out the link in the description. I'll also put it in the pinned comment of this video. If you want your input to be heard, this is going to be the best way to get heard. I'm going to be going over some of the questions in this video. Let's get started. What kind of character do you most like playing? For me, I would say good, although I do love evil looking stuff, like dark looking stuff. How do you like to fight? This is a tricky one for me because Pirate is actually my favorite class. However, I do love Necromancer and the ability to summon stuff. So I did put it on summoning, but if I could pick two, I would definitely go with ranged as well. Also, I mean, it's fun to use every class, to be honest. Berserker is one of my favorite too, so it's hard to say, but now let's talk about the game. Some of the questions they've got is, do you want more unlockable classes? For me, this is 100% yes. By now, there should be way more classes in the game, so I'm really looking forward to more. What do you want for classes? Which of these do you want to see most? And for me, I put Dark Caster because I'm a huge Legion fan. I would honestly love to see all of these classes. Like, I would just put every single one, but I don't want to like oversaturate the comments. So for now, I just put Dark Caster, although I would really love to see Doom Knight. I would like to see more bow classes and more pirate classes would be really cool as well, but I do want to see more higher evolutions of the current classes, and they actually kind of give an idea here. If they merge two existing classes into a new class like Paladin and Necro becoming the Shadow Knight, I put yes. I think that's a really neat idea, but you guys fill in whatever it is you feel is right for you or what you would like to see in the game. Earlier this year was a lot of focus on PvP, but now after listening to player feedback, we are focusing on cooperative PvE. And so they've got, yes, 100% focus on story and cooperative gameplay, and then split your time 80% on thing or no. PvP requires the same amount of content as PvE. Now, for me, I like PvP, but due to a lot of backlash, I did take a huge break on PvP. I'm still a huge fan of PvP games and stuff. So for me, I put it as this. You put whatever you want. The main story, we have a new writer, Mehmet. She is taking over the release writing. What types of releases do you enjoy most? And you can't have multiple options here. If you can, I would. So I just put the main story, but I do love the holiday and special events, Oshi and Clarion and stuff that do the writing and put the quest together for these small events and stuff, do an amazing job. Like, I absolutely love their quests, so I'm always looking forward to that. But I do love the main story, and I love the battle concerts too. So it's a tricky one, but you put what you can. We are refreshing the main story of the game. Are you okay with some parts or some areas changing to reflect the world story? For me, absolutely. I would love to see Vayne and his minions in the game, so definitely looking forward to that. Are you alright with old areas like Doomwood being burned to the ground and rebuilt? And these are dated. These areas like Doomwood are very dated. So yeah, I would say definitely for sure. Kind of funny because the other reply is, no, I want everyone to suffer like I did playing through it. I played it way back when, so it wasn't suffering for me. It was the norm back then. Do you prefer playing with your friends or alone? A little bit of both, but I prefer it with my friends. Do you find it hard to get gear for your level? And for me, yeah, I do. Well, I'm currently capped. Do you like the way items dropped in the Moistverse? I loved that. That was a huge thing for me, was that there was just so many item drops It reminded me of AQ Worlds. This is one of the reasons why I love AQ Worlds. So when this was happening in Moistverse, I loved that, and I really hope they continue that. Do you think max player levels should get special content that requires max level? Yes, I do. As long as they're not some kind of forced cap thing like the infused things. Now, I don't mind if it's a little bit, if there's some requirement like having infused items for whatever. That's fine, as long as it's not a big grind for a lot of people. As long as it's just a modest amount of requirement, then I'm okay with that. Do you think normal and old content should be scaled? No. I am not a fan of scaled. I don't mind where there's scaled places for things that need to be scaled, but honestly, I think people work for their level. There's a reason why people level up. Should it matter which order you play these sagas? Not really. I don't think, for me, it doesn't really matter, but one of the suggestions they had was the sagas being scaled in level ranges. I agree with that because it gives you an incentive to level up. So if you could just access any saga at any time, then it would be promoting scaling, which I really don't want. I think there's a reason why things are level locked, and I prefer things be level locked. So I went with that one. AE is known for its humor. Should AQ3D be more funny? AQ3D right now is funny enough. I personally don't think it needs to be more funny. It's great when it does its satire stuff and its jokes and stuff, but too much can be too much, and then you lose the maturity or the sophistication you could have in a story. So it's great to have that sort of stuff in like the holiday events and stuff like that, but sometimes some of the main stories need to be focused on. You know, it's always good to have that AE pun dad joke humor, but at the same time, there's times to be serious. So I think I like it how it is now. I don't want it to be any more funny. Do you think Shadow Scythe should be added to the game? 100% yes. I love Shadow Scythe. That'd be awesome to see. If you could only pick one, which of these features is the most important? This was so hard to choose from because I love trade skills, so I really wanted to put trade skills. I would love to see more trade skills, but I would also love to see more guild stuff. I would love to see battle pets. Trade, yeah, eventually, but that's going to be so hard. Housing, I would love to see. Private instances, I'm a little bit leery on that. I can see that being exploited by hackers and stuff, so I do like that idea, but at the same time, I can see that causing a lot of issues. That races, another cool idea. Steam achievements would be okay, but that's really secondary. Throwing darts in the end, that's funny. But honestly, I mean, we need more progression. So I went with new classes, but I would love to see trade skills, housing. I would love to see a lot of these. Which of the upcoming releases are you most excited? I would say the Nolgath Saga, but I really want the museum to come out. They could honestly do some kind of collection thing where you have to go around the world fighting mobs, collecting like cards from the mobs, you know, monster cards or something, that would go to your collection. Upon completing a collection, you unlock something really awesome. I think it could give you a wealth of content if the museum was to open, if they did it properly. But I am really looking forward to this, and I'm also really looking forward to that. So, and this too, but I mean, this is like the Nolgath Saga could really be awesome. But I'm just gonna go with that because new classes to me is really important. I think that's something we should have been waiting a long time. And then you can tell us something that we've done right in the game. So you can put in what you think was a good move on their choice. Tell us something you would like us to make better. So then you can provide your feedback right there. And this concludes the thing. So enter in anything that you feel is going to be better for the game, something you would like to see in the game. Enter all of these things honestly, and this is the feedback that people have been wanting for a really long time, and this is going to influence the future of the game, especially the near future of the game. that is it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Keep those swords swinging.